Hi everybody. So I hope you are having a fabulous day. Um I'm gonna read some tarot wherever it takes me. So I gave up off camera, grounded out. I'm working with cedar, so I really try not to use a lot of sage. Being that white sage is an endangered species, as well as Palo Santo. So cedar is very abundant when harvested right. So it was ethically sourced and taken. And we use it as kindling for our fires in the winter, and just like wood in general. So I have a message for you guys. And this is saying working with this and giving back sweetgrass. This was something that I felt necessary to do. When this was recorded was Saturday the 27th of February, which is the full moon in Virgo. So I'm really feeling very logical and very analytical. Like I'm analyzing everything that I feel. So this goes to show how much of an analytical mind I have, being that I already have Virgo placements and Gemini placements, two very lyrical signs, if that makes any sense. So we are going to start off with this reading. So we trust your intuition. I'm hearing really trust your intuition. If you're being told, hey, don't do this, or you have a gut feeling, this is your intuition saying, like, look within yourself and don't look anywhere else, because your intuition will lead you far more on the appropriate path than someone who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. So then we have the Page of Wands, and my card is like all sorts of bent. So in the Page of Wands, I see that you're really setting your... I see someone who is on a quest, but I also see someone who is like I'm setting like a survey line, basically like survey poles or like boundary poles, if that makes any sense, on land. So if someone bought some land recently, this is what I'm seeing in your Page of Wands, is like you're setting a home base, if that makes any sense. Like you're setting a boundary or a claim of the land, if that makes any sense. So it's like remove yourself from any situation that you find yourself stifled in. And this is removing yourself from toxic environments or toxic people in general. So if you feel the need to have to be around people and it's just draining you, this is saying remove yourself from these situations because they're not healthy for you. So we have the Page of Swords, and this is saying, yeah, it's okay to conquer new things or try new things. I'm really getting try new things because you never know if you're going to like love them or not. And you're missing in a sense. It's like you're fighting for what you believe in. So some of you may have had people tell you that for whatever reason you're fighting for a thing or fighting for a relationship that has no merit, or you're never going to amount to something, so you're doing this to prove people wrong. And it's like, are you proving them right by doing this for the wrong reasons and the wrong intention? So I'm really hearing like whatever you're fighting for, you're trying to gallivant off into a new opportunity and fight for it. Like do it for the right reasons, because you might end up hating it. And maybe that's why people are saying, like, do you actually enjoy doing this, or do you just like, the attention, if that makes any sense. So then we have the King of Cups. So I feel like some of you may be in a manipulative situation, whether you're manipulating or someone is just a bad enemy. So I really trust your intuition and stop fighting. Excuse me. Like, if you're really in this, it's like remove yourself from situations where you find toxic, like, people who are just going to manipulate you. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to drain you dry. So then we have the Two of Wands reversed. And this is saying instead of expanding, you're really focusing on who you are right now, or you're focused inward. And this is saying that, yeah, that's great, but if you're not trying to expand your horizons or any like creative field for yourself, like what are you missing? So I'm really seeing financially, some of you are really trying to expand, but you feel blocked. So then we have the moon reverse, and this is saying like, hey, your dreams are important and people are trying to get in contact with you, but it's like, take whatever you see in your dreams with a grain of salt. But this is saying like, hey, lift the veils and remove limitations, because if you're limiting, you're stifling your own power. So then we have the Page of Cups. So we have young energy here for someone, and I'm seeing an individual who you are really finding your footing, you know what I mean? And you're finding your direction, you're finding your heading, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of feel like with one of you, like with the limitation of the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords, with the Page of Cups specifically, like coming into play, it's like you kind of feel like someone is feeding you a line and you don't know whether or not it's true or not. So this is saying with the, you know, inner intuition that you have with the High Priestess, is asking yourself, do I really need this? Do I can just leave it away? You know what I mean? So then we have some of you who are just like asking for help, and you feel like asking is something at your last resort for whatever reason. Something is just, it doesn't sit right. And this is saying trust your intuition, but some of you may be going through a rough patch with your spirituality, with your faith, that you just feel like it's gotten you nowhere, and you just feel even more bankrupt or destitute because it's not how you expected things to turn out. And so I'm telling you, if you feel like this because of your, you know, your spiritual faith or your belief system, that faith system is not for you. So remove that situation from you, remove how it makes you feel, and just find something new. I find like a lot of times spirituality is like put in a box and told like, hey, this is everything you need, and it's like, don't search elsewhere. So with the High Priestess, this is really saying like, hey, use your intuition, because if you're really trying to see things from another perspective, you're not seeing your own perspective. So don't go out looking for a mentor when a mentor is already in your tuition. You know what I mean? Just connect with your spirit guides. And just sit down and meditate. So some of you are just like learning to let go of situations. You're walking away, but yet you still feel bitter. Oh my god, I have the burps. Like, you're walking away, and some of you may be sore losers, but I really see, like, this is saying, like, don't be a sore winner either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you feel like you're Billy Badass, but that's not what that's saying is, like, let go. Because you're a bully on the block, if that makes any sense. So, I really get a sense of bullying with the Five of Swords. Then we have the Knight of Wands. And this is saying, I really see that whatever you were trying to create and what you were trying to defend, like, you really are trying to get this, like, taken off from the ground. And I really see that you're willing to, like, defend yourself. Defend your ideals, your family, whatever. So I really get the Knight of Wands is something that's saying expand your creative horizons. You know what I mean? And, like, push back boundaries, but, you know, do it creatively and do it with the utmost respect, because some boundaries are not meant to be pushed, because this is how things backfire. So I'm saying that with the Knight of Wands is don't be afraid to set out and explore. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is saying that yes, time will bear if you do it responsibly, but don't procrastinate and expect time to half-ass give you what you want, if that makes any sense. It's like, stick to a time plan, stick to a goal, whatever you have, and be realistic, because, you know, if you put off work for so long and you have that deadline that creeps up and you're just rushing, this is what it's saying is like, don't rush into things, but use adequate time frames so you're not like having everything on your plate. And then we have this. So with the Four of Pentacles, you're really learning to let go, but this is saying that there is emotional hoarding or some type of hoarding that's coming like inside. So some of you may feel like you've won these victories, but like you're destitute, if that makes any sense. So you're just clinging to something that no longer serves you. What is something that they are clinging to with the Four of Pentacles? What is something that an individual may be clinging to that no longer serves them, that they need to get rid of? Some of you just have outdated tradition, outdated responsibilities or limitations that have been put on you through generational things. And this is saying that, yes, with the Nine of Pentacles, some of you have like a longevity of like a career that you don't want. So you kind of have a responsibility with wealth, but it's not your wealth, if that makes any sense. So this is saying like you're used to getting things in a certain way and you're tired of it. And I see it with that is there's just something that makes you feel like it makes no sense. So because the High Priestess and the Hierophant popped up, this is saying that there is expansion, there's secularism, you know, you have the world at your disposal, but you're just like, you just kind of feel off. So this is saying like, look within yourself, you know what I mean? Because both cards are very much so have to do with your faith and beliefs and traditions and things like that. So the scene is what we mask, you know what I mean, versus the hidden is what we don't like to talk about. So this is saying really expand yourself, you know what I mean, and allow this tradition to open up. And that's what I see is don't be afraid to have conversations with weird people because so like with the Hierophant and the High Priestess being they're both really faith and tradition and very spiritual and very knowledgeable. This is saying that sometimes faith will not have the answers for you. Sometimes spirit will not have the answers. You have to sort them out yourself. So it's like instead of seeking outside sources, seek them within yourself. Because there is just something that has to do with you, if that makes any sense. So it's like, don't look to the world, look within yourself, look to the hidden within. So this could be either you're practicing self-love, there's a misalignment in your life, whether maybe temptation is coming, or you just feel like maybe you're drifting apart from something that you really did love, and it no longer serves you. And this is saying look within because you were being guided for whatever reason. So it's like nothing is forbidden, if that makes any sense. Nothing is ever forbidden. Sometimes it's taboo. You know, when laws of the land will try to interject and tell you what to do. But this is also saying, like, nothing can be, you know, concealed or things like that. So this is saying that there could be secrets. There could be a plethora of things. So just know that things will be illuminated for you, and you may not know why something has happened to you, but this is saying practice self-love. Practice the greatest type of love, because if you're out of alignment, even in the self-love department, it feels like both your divine and masculine forms, both in that, you know, have pulled apart. And this is not saying that you're a feminine and you have a partner who's very masculine or vice versa. No. We're talking the two counterparts, the polarities of both male and female energies that come together, and I almost want to say in a very hermaphroditic way, being that they are a union. So it's like don't look to the past, because of the fact that this was at the bottom of my deck after I pulled the Lover's card. So don't look to the past, because the past is not going to suit you. You know what I mean? Any decision that you make, you must make it in the present and not with the past in mind. So this is saying that you need to practice self-love to basically pull yourself into alignment. And it's like, don't let secrets bother you. Don't let secrets or go to great lengths to conceal secrets, because secrets will always come out. Like, you know the secret, someone may know the secret, but just know, like, at the end of the time, like, universe knows all secrets, you know what I mean? So it's like nothing can stay hidden for so long. Like, things are, you know, gonna come out at a matter of time. It's just, when it does, you know what I mean, are you gonna be ready? So it's saying, you know, own up to your naked vulnerability, own up to your shadow, own up to the parts that are less than pleasant, and just love yourself even more, because you're not a mask, so don't hide behind it. Don't cloak yourself in shadow. because you're not shadow. You are a etheric light being, so live in the light. So then we have the King of Wands, and this is saying that you have an intelligence, you have authority, you have power, you have all these for just reasons, and it's use your backbone, but use it wisely. So then we have the World, and this is saying that your values, your traditions, things that no longer suit you are kind of just like weighing heavy on your mind. So you kind of feel like instead of looking into yourself, you're looking at outside sources. So I kind of see that with the High Priestess, both, and the Hierophant. It's like you want things, and because this is a wish card, this is just saying like you're out of alignment, if that makes any sense. It's like the world can't offer you a lot of things because you're not willing to offer them to yourself, is what I get. So you know, secrets and communion and all these other things are just like pulling you farther away than what you want. And I feel like some of you are going through like a rough patch with your friends, like not being able to see them, or you're just like, I don't have friends. Like, you know what I mean? You can meet a stranger on the internet and be quite, like, hit it off and be acquainted. Just be safe about it. But it's like, it's out there, you know? Like, your friend group is out there waiting for you. So, and I'm really hearing internet. Like, socialize on the internet more and just be, like, internet safety and internet etiquette. Like, use caution, and that's what I'm hearing. Then we have Judgment. So you're being really self-critical right now. Like, you're really, like, harsh on yourself. So I feel like a lot of times, like, body image is a thing. So it's like, if you're really like this, then yes, you can change how you feel and change how you look. But at the end of the day, is that going to make you happy? So I really see, like, you know, you're really harsh on yourself. And this is why maybe self-love is not easy for you. Because you're just constantly showing yourself, oh, I have this problem, I have stretch marks, I have like cellulite, I have all this like going on, you know. I see that, I know this. Like, I think of myself, I wake up and I'm like, God, I hate my teeth, I hate them, I had braces, like, you know what I mean? Like, they could be whiter, you know, like they could be straighter. And then I realized it's like I'm meant to have these like flaws because someone was gonna love me regardless of how I look, you know. Like, my looks are just skin deep, you know. Like, I'm gonna lose them in the future anyways if I'm like not lucky and have good genes. Like, who cares? So I really tell myself, like, look, I can only put myself together so much for me to be able to do these things. Other than that, like, I've had no problems. Like, yeah, people have made remarks, but who cares? Like, I do have a thick skin, and I really just keep thinking, like, you know, practice self-love. Like, find something that you love about yourself. So write it down or tell yourself in the mirror, like, hey, look, I like, you know, I really do love the fact that you're a very warm-hearted individual. Like, you want to help people. Like, you want to do this, and that. Like, find something about you that is not superficial and run with it. And remember, tell yourself every day, like, look, like, I get to do this, we get to do this, instead of I have to do it. Tell yourself, we get to do this. I get to do this. And my brother used to tell me that all the time when he was in Iraq. In like 2011, that when he was in Iraq, missing home and things like that, he was saying that, yeah, I was stationed there, but he goes, doesn't mean I had to make it miserable. Yeah, it sucked, it was hot, it was just unbearable sometimes being away from family. It was the first time I'd ever been away from home. But he goes, when I was in the military, I just had the mindset, instead of making it miserable for myself, I said, I get to do these things. I get these opportunities. I get these things. I get to do this. And he goes, it changed my mindset. And he told himself, and he still tells himself today, even going to work, is like, I get the opportunity to go to work. I get the opportunity to make a paycheck. I get the opportunity to be able to make a difference in someone's life. So it's telling yourself, I get to do these things, instead of I have to do these things. And watch how your mind like changes and how you shift that paradigm. So then we have the Ace of Wands, and I really see, like, and this is where I was getting, you know, to I get to do these things and self-love. So it's like If you could wave a magic wand and you could make everything better for yourself, would you be happy for a period of time? Or would you be like, you know, I miss my old self. I hate the attention I'm getting now. Like, I really would like, you know, that anonymous or just, you know, an actual authentic me. Because it's like, you can gain beauty or you can gain things, and yet you're going to have weird people. You're going to have people that are not the best for you, that are going to try to take advantage of you regardless. So this is saying, like, if you could wave a magic wand and you can wish and your wishes were going to come reality, would you be willing to accept that and everything that comes with it? Or would you honestly stay the same? So this is saying, like, just because you want things doesn't mean that they're the best for you, and that's why they're not given to you. So things like that with self, you know, criticism and things, is like, use your better judgment in situations, because when you're too analytical or you're just way too in your brain and you're overthinking and you're engaging in negative self-talk or just negative hate speech, you lose. So this is saying, instead of, you know, looking for things to change, you know, about yourself, look at things that you can change in your immediate life, like your eating habits, your exercising, your health, your skin, you know, your skincare, how you take care of your teeth, whatever, you know, something that you can change immediately that is not going to impact you or limit you, that it's going to empower you so you feel confident, and then you can attract more things. So this is saying, it's like, learn what's best for you and learn how to take care of yourself with your routine. So I'm really hearing, create a self-care routine, create self-love. It's like, don't be destitute, and it's like, reach out for help, you know what I mean? And if you feel like, you know, you have reached out and but yet people are not giving it to you, it's like, look within and look within to your, you know, your belief, whatever. Look to spirit and say, look, I need guidance. Please bring me into, you know, contact with individuals that will guide me or mentor me or something, or maybe give me this link. Like, what am I missing? Like, please help me, you know? And it's like, help will be given, you know? Help is not something you have to earn. Help will be given to you. Just ask. And this is why I got the scene off of when Dumbledore is telling the students at Hogwarts, you know, help is given to those who seek it, that aren't afraid to seek help, is the stronger side, because sometimes you just can't do it alone. It says your inner guidance is trustworthy. So the fact that the High Priestess and the Hierophant comes out, and your, you know, your guidance is worthy. It says, my prayer, please clearly help me see, feel, and know that divine guidance is that I have asked for and prayed for. Please guide me and keep my ego out of the way so wisdom can come through for me, for my own benefit and those around me. So this is saying, just ask for guidance. You know what I mean? Like, create your boundaries. It says, ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. So if you feel like you're limited for whatever reason and you're just stuck, it says, my prayer, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me. And it says, describe your situation. Please help me be fulfilled with faith and peace at all times. Are there any messages from these people's collective guides? What collective guide messages do you have? This is believe and trust. This is my prayer. Before I go to bed tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace faith with fear and trust. Let me be fulfilled with strength, courage, and confidence. I feel like there is one more message. Do you have one more message? May I please have one more message? It says, use your imagination, you'll see the answer. Dear God, thank you for granting me wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. And it says, describe the situation. So, like, just know that help is on the horizon if you ask for it and you truly believe that you need it. They will help you. So thank you so much for your reading, and thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. I just want to say, and I know this is weird, but because the full moon is a Saturday that just passed on the 27th, I just want you to know, if anybody has not told you, that with a full moon in Virgo, you kind of feel like you are very analytical and you're really harsh on yourself, or you're harsh on your judgment. Just know, because of the fact that we're post retrograde and this is saying that communication is coming through, sometimes that veil or that shadow will cast itself. And so with any type of sign that's Virgo or Gemini that's very, very perfectionist and very like analytical or very lytical, we tend to find ourselves in a very judgmental like state of mind that we just constantly just overthink. So it's like learning to shut your mind off, or learning to disengage from like harmful like self-talk or self-criticism that's more hurtful than it is positive. This is what it is. But I also want to say, and I'm hearing this, is if you're having problems like with, your self-love or your self-care, that you can't stick to it, or you just be like, I'm unworthy of this, you need to take a bath or take a shower and bring in some rose quartz if you have it, or drink some moon water if you believe in, sticking water outside on a full moon. You have 3 days before a full moon and you have 3 days, after a full moon, when the moon is still pretty high in energy. So you have a 6-day window period altogether to create these things, these self-care. And this is great for positive, affirmations that you have on a full moon. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. So peace, love, and happiness to you. And I hope that if you're going through situations, that you pick up some obsidian, some black tourmaline, some blue or green turquoise, Apache tears, whatever type of protection stone that you need, even quartz, because you can program clear quartz to take on protection energy, and wrap that around you, cloak yourself, and disengage from that harmful small talk or toxic situation that you find yourself in. So thank you so much.